Hey everyone, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In this video, we will be going over the next Lost Chapters, featuring the return of Barret from Final Fantasy VII. Joining Barret as Synergy will be Tifa and Maria. We will be covering the level 70 awakenings and reworks for both Barret and Tifa, as well as the featured banner, what the realized EX weapons do, are they worth pulling, and as well as the Chaos boss fight against the pair of jeweled turtles. One thing to keep in mind is that I will be covering all of these passives, buffs, and abilities, assuming you have all passives of Barret and Tifa's gear unlocked. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this Lost Chapters. Barret, the hot-headed, foul-mouthed, yet caring man from Final Fantasy VII, returns as a permanent recruitment to Global Opera Omnia with his Lost Chapters. Specializing in ranged combat, Barret not only dealt damage, but allowed your physical damage-dealing allies to deal more damage and also benefit from his unique stacking buff Avalanche, providing his allies an increase to their attack and max brave as an aura. His Lost Chapters brings about his level 70 awakening, granting him access to his C65 ability called Physical Attack All, which increases the party's physical attack by 15% and max brave overflow limit by 10% for 5 turns. In addition, he will also have his C68 passive, which permanently increases the party's attack and max brave by 10%. His rework brings about some nice upgrades to his abilities. First off, his C54 passive now increases his own speed by 40% while he is buffed, instead of its previous effect of increasing his speed by 10% for 3 turns at the start of each round of a stage. His skill 1 Big Shot gains an additional usage, an increase in brave hits to 6, an increase in overall brave damage potency to 420%, can now brave overflow up to 120% of max brave, and removes the condition for the HP attack to trigger. His skill 2 Grenade Bomb gets a brave hit increase to 8, an increase to overall brave damage potency to 320%, can now brave overflow up to 150% of max brave, and allows his HP attack to change into HP attack plus while he has his unique buff Avalanche active. Barret's level 70 awakening and rework have definitely increased his viability, making him a good option for an aggressive ranged character to build for the Chaos era. Recommended artifact passes for Barret will be Attack plus 108 and Planet's Protector boost 2-star. Our next topic will be covering Tifa. With the release of Barret's Lost Chapters, Tifa will be receiving a level 70 awakening and rework as well. Her level 70 awakening grants her access to her C65 ability called Beat Rush Recovery Attack Up, which recovers 1 usage of her skill 1 Beat Rush up to its initial values and increases her own attack by 15% for 3 turns. Furthermore, she receives her C68 passive, which permanently increases her own attack and max brave by 20%. Her rework improves her skill 1 Beat Rush, which now allows it to heal her own brave by 70% of her attack before she even delivers any brave hits, removes the condition for the HP attack to trigger, and also has low action delay. In addition, when you break a target with Beat Rush or attack an already broken target, it changes to Beat Rush Plus, which increases the brave heal potency to 100% of her attack, increases the overall brave damage potency to 240%, and increases the brave overflow to 180% of max brave. However, Beat Rush Plus will revert back to the standard version if you do not break the target with it or are attacking an already broken target. Her skill 2 Battle Cry also receives a nice upgrade with her rework, giving her 1 additional skill usage, extending the duration of the max brave up, and her unique buff Zangan Way to 6 turns, and this time the ability has 0 action delay and does not add to your turn count except during friend or summon phase. Lastly, the Zangan Way is active. Tifa's HP attack changes into HP attack plus. Tifa's level 70 awakening and rework have also made her much more viable, as well as giving her some nice longevity, being the powerhouse single target damage dealing unit that she is. Recommended artifact passes for Tifa will be Attack plus 108 and Max Brave plus 330. Let's go ahead and take a look at the banner that is featured for this particular Lost Chapters. The banner will feature a repeat of all of Tifa's gear, Maria's 15 and 35 CP weapons, and Barrett's 15 and 35 CP weapons. The new featured weapon will be Barrett's EX weapon. Both Barret and Tifa's EX weapons can be realized upon the release of this Lost Chapters. Let's start off by looking at Tifa's EX weapon, as it is a rerun on this banner. Prior to its realization, Tifa's EX weapon allows her to perform the EX ability Dolphin Blow, which is a 2-hit non-elemental single target Brave plus single target HP attack with a 320% Brave damage potency or 420% with her Fever Time unique buff. This ability can overflow up to 150% of max Brave and auto-initiates the chase sequence on the target. It also grants her a unique buff called Fever Time for 6 turns, which increases her critical hit rate by 50% and increases her base Brave potency of each Brave hit she delivers by 50%. It also extends the duration of any existing max Brave up and Zangan Way by 3 turns. Lastly, it changes Brave Attack to Brave Attack Plus while Fever Time is active. After you realize her EX weapon, it gets the following effects. 0 out of 3 increases the Brave hits to 4, increases the overall Brave damage potency to 440% or 640% while under Fever Time, and increases the max Brave overflow limit to 200%. 1 out of 3 permanently increases Tifa's attack by 20% and max Brave by 40%, and upgrades her Brave attack and HP attack to their plus variants. 2 out of 3 allows Tifa to start off with Fever Time for 6 turns, and finally 3 out of 3 first of all changes Dolphin Blow to Dolphin Blow combo, which does the following. Prior to the initial Dolphin Blow attack, Tifa heals her own Brave by 100% of her attack, then delivers a 3-hit non-elemental melee single target Brave plus single target HP attack. Brave can overflow with this initial attack up to 200% of max Brave. She also delays the target by 1 turn and heals her own Brave based on 50% of the total HP damage she deals. The Brave damage potency for Dolphin Blow combo is 770% or 1120% while under Fever Time. The A-type sphere unlocked from this realized weapon is called Critical Attack Long, which raises a character's attack by 10% for 6 turns when dealing a critical hit. Barrett's EX weapon, which is the brand new weapon, does the following prior to its realization. Barret performs the EX ability Satellite Beam, which is a 15-hit non-elemental random AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack that can overflow up to 150% of max Brave. Its overall Brave damage potency is at 450%, with the HP damage being split evenly amongst multiple targets. This EX ability grants Barret a unique buff called Satellite for 6 turns, which increases his own critical hit rate by 100% and also performs an additional attack called Satellite every time Barret inflicts HP damage. Satellite is a 4-hit non-elemental range single target Brave plus single target HP attack that heals Barret's own Brave based on 100% of the HP damage it deals. It has a Brave damage potency of 120%. Upon its realization, Barrett's EX weapon gains the following upgrades. 0 out of 3 increases Satellite Beam's Brave damage potency to 750%. 1 out of 3 permanently increases Barrett's attack and max Brave by 20%. 2 out of 3 allows Barret to start with Satellite and 2 stacks of Avalanche for 6 turns. Finally, 3 out of 3 further increases Satellite Beam's Brave damage potency to 900% and as well as its max Brave overflow limit to 200%. The D-type sphere unlocked from this weapon's realization is called Break Hit Boost All Long, which raises the party's max Brave by 5% for 6 turns whenever that character breaks or attacks a broken target. Now that we know what these weapons do, are they worth your gems or tickets? Personally speaking, the prize of this banner is Tifa's EX if you already do not have it from its previous release. Tifa becomes an absolute single-target destroyer with her realized weapon boasting some of the highest Brave damage potencies we have seen coming from an EX weapon. Not only that, but her realized EX ability refreshes her Brave at the end, allowing her to continue the aggression, and last but not least, that delay and auto chase just solidifies the power of her realized EX weapon. It is highly recommended to 3 out of 3 Tifa's EX weapon in order to fully capitalize on what she can do. Barret's EX, on the other hand, is no slouch either. Having it realize at least 2 out of 3 means Satellite will be working its wonders. What's very powerful about Satellite is that it allows Barret to dump his Brave much more often, since it heals his Brave right after it triggers. Let's not forget, Barret also has some really nice auras coming from his Avalanche buff and his passives. Both weapons are great, solid options, with Tifa's edging out for me. Depending on your lineup, either one of these characters can serve you well during the Chaos era and with the future Dimensions ends we will receive. However, there will be more powerful characters coming, so if you already have units that fulfill what Barret and Tifa can do, it's best bet to say you could possibly skip this banner. If you do decide to skip this banner, Barret's EX returns on the Phoenix event banner and Nine's character event banner. Tifa's EX, on the other hand, comes back on Squall's Burst and LD weapons debut, which by then, EX weapons will have a much higher rate of pull. Last topic will be the Chaos version of this Lost Chapters against the pair of Jeweled Turtles. The Chaos version will have no elemental resistances or weakness, but both are resistant to magic Brave attacks and are also immune to 2 debuffs, which are Speed down and Max Brave down. At the start of the fight, one of them will always retreat into its shell and gain a massive amount of Brave. Both bosses will alternate this pattern until they get to a lower HP range where they will both be doing this. Using both Barret and Tifa will be extremely useful in shaving their Brave during the shell withdrawal phase. Maria, while synergy could be useful only if you happen to have her EX weapon, as it can be useful with its explosive arrow unique buff. Inflicting debuffs such as poison or sap can be very useful in keeping their Brave low, as they cast a very powerful AoE Brave plus HP attack that can likely KO one or more of your characters. Some good alternative options for this fight outside of synergy are Ferris for poison debuff, Ramza for his frame debuff, and damage dealers such as Cloud, Squall, or even Zell, as he has a defense ignore with his EX weapon realized. Hopefully this video helps you guys prepare for the upcoming Barret Lost Chapters in Global Opera Omnia. Thank you again for watching. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan, signing out. Mahal, everyone.